Everyone, it's Vickerman, and we're here with Kerbal Space Program version 1.0 release date. And it's very exciting because we have been waiting on this for 4 years, I think, now. It's been in development. So, if you don't know much about Kerbal Space Program, it's a game with these little people here, and they get to fly in rockets and planes and things and whatever you can build, sort of like Legos with space. So it's a lot of fun, and so there's a whole lot of new features, and I'll spend quite a lot of time today probably talking about those features, just kind of what they add and all that kind of thing. First one that you can see here is this lady here, Valentina Kerbal, and they've added female Kerbals to Kerbal Space Program. So before it was all dudes, so that's cool. So yeah, I just kind of started one a little bit earlier today and sort of messed around with it, and I think that, you know, for people in the beta, the save games seem to not be working pretty well with the new version because there's just so many changes to it. For the Twitch stream, just wanted to mention that I set up some notifications, so you should see those if we get new followers. And there's also underneath the video is a link to a tip jar, and if you'd like to donate, feel free to do that. No pressure to do so, but if you do, your message will be on the screen. So yeah, we'll have notifications for followers and for donations, so check that out. I just set that up today to see what that's all about. So I think for playing around here in 1.0, we're just going to go into the sandbox. You know, I did a series on the beta version of the game that was in career mode, and so I kind of worked my way all the way up to landing on the Mun, which, you know, is the moon for the Kerbals here. And actually ended up not having a terribly successful mission, and we needed to send up a rescue mission to save our pilot from the moon. So yeah, now we're in 1.0, and I'm just in Sandbox to talk about new features and play around with some new stuff, especially the aerodynamics model, which is brand new. If you've played this before, you know the atmosphere tended to be pretty darn soupy. You couldn't get very fast, and you know, it would be like a big pillow when you came in from outer space and just kind of cushion you as you go down. And well, that's not the case quite anymore, and they've done a lot of work to make the aerodynamics a little bit more realistic. So in fact, maybe we'll build some planes first. So we'll go to the space plane hangar. There's two different places to build vehicles here. The vehicle assembly building is for rockets for the most part, and the space plane hangar, you can build planes or whatever. You can build whatever in either one. So you can see that a lot of the things have been redesigned, which is cool. Gives them a nice cleaner look. So we'll start with maybe just a Mark 1 cockpit. And we'll make a kind of a basic plane, and then kind of test out the new aerodynamics a little bit. So we've got, I think this, no, that doesn't fit there. So is there a Mark? That's not Mark 2, is it? That's kind of interesting looking. Yeah, and it holds fuel. Well, yeah, maybe we'll make a bigger one. I was playing with a pretty small. Long Mark III. Mark III is pretty big. Now, do they have just, yeah, they just have jet fuel as well. Now, hang on, let me put these on here. So, let's see. Do they make the cargo bay into the base game? I want to say they may have. They did. They may have done this in the last update, I can't remember. I'm going to put a cargo bay on here. Actually, I'll get rid of that. And I'll put this in there. Just think that's a little more interesting. I don't know. We may put something in there eventually, but for now we'll just close it and do kind of a regular sort of thing. Do we have a Mark II engine mount of some kind? Maybe that would be in structural. Yeah, maybe not. Mark II to 1.5 adapter. I thought there was a Mark II to bicoupler. If you see that, let me know. I think this is it. Yes, Mark II bicoupler. And looks like, yeah, I was hoping that they would add the functionality where you can change, you know, right click on it and change it from liquid fuel only to liquid fuel and oxidizer. But I guess the nice thing about that is technically this plane will have some oxidizer. You know, maybe if it's, ooh, that's big. Look at that. That's a cool looking part. Oh, not really in the frame there. Think that'll be a bit bigger, better. There we go. Let's go ahead and toss some engines on. Well, maybe we will use the Rapier. That'll give us the option of going to space with this design if we want to. If I can find it. There we are. Okay, so that's kind of the basic body. Let's throw on some wings. They've added some real big ones, which is cool. Just gonna toss that on there for now. Let's turn on our center of thrust, center of mass, and center of lift. I think don't you want center of mass to be ahead of or behind of the center of lift? Shout it out if you remember. I'm having trouble remembering. Okay. Center of lift. Oh, maybe we should try to make it basically on point there. I don't know. I think if I remember correctly, there was, of course the aerodynamics is all different now, so who knows? Could all be different. It's, we got an elevator. It seems to fit pretty well. Yeah, this kind of stuff is gonna change that, so we'll have to adjust the wings probably as we go. Yep, so thinking about a tail fin as well. Now they do have tail fin mounts. Yeah, I don't think... Nah, that's big. Let's just do the... I think there's just some tail fin. So let's disable pitch, roll, disable yaw here. Yeah. And we'll throw on some landing gear. I heard there was more landing gear. Yeah, look, medium and large. How big is medium? Does that make sense for this one? Well, the thing about medium is it would make it so that it's less likely that the engine will hit the ground. That's kind of nice. Of course, that's really high. Well, I guess we'll just use regular. And I think if we take off angle snap, then it'll do something like that. And I think we're going to need canards for this. Do snap to angle so that we can get these pretty straight. And I'm going to toss on a front landing gear. Steerable landing gear. Ooh, look at these. Look at these controls you can have. That's gonna be nifty. Whoops. There we go. Hit the wrong button there. Well, anyway, we're gonna name this the 1.0 plane 1. Let's have Valentina Kerman fly this. Now let's see how this aerodynamics works for us. Okay, well, let's revert. I want to do some action groups, I think, real quick to make things a little bit better for us. Oh, and I have no intakes. That could be a problem. They added these structural intakes. Look at those. Aren't those sleek? Quit that. Oh yeah, that's a cargo bay. Probably not a great idea to do that. Something like that. And some more. I happen to know from watching some streamers earlier that air intake is going to be a little bit more of a problem than it has been in the past. So you're going to need some more intakes to keep up. Can we move this back a little bit? Yeah. I just want one. Okay. Let's try this, actually. Valentina Kerman, you are clear for takeoff. And up we go. Hopefully. Hang on. There we go. Ooh. Wow, that feels weird. Are we in rocket mode? No, I guess we don't have a whole lot of fuel. Oh, there we go. Whoa, the landing gear actually makes a big difference now. It didn't really before. Well, that's weird. Switched over to rocket. I wonder why. There's no way we were... Look at those effects, man. Whoa. Wonder if the intake under there is not really working. Man, you can feel the air like fighting against you. That's crazy. Let's see if we can maybe get over here. We can't really turn. So the intakes that we have are not performing very well at all. Alright, we're basically stopped in the air and now we're just going down. This aerodynamics is just weird. Well, yeah, there's air brakes now. I should probably use those since we move so much quicker near the ground. We don't have that big cushion that I was talking about. I wonder if when we hit the water, if these intakes are going to do the same kind of thing that they did in the previous versions, because the air intakes did weird things with the water to make them, well, it basically made it so that you would be buoyant. So you would, to make a boat, you would have to take like a whole ton of air intakes and put it at the bottom of it. It's kind of weird, but it made this floating effect for you. Well, Valentina, this could be it. Coming in pretty hot. Whoa. Look at that. I bet it was those intakes. Hey. Oh, look, it looks like a little submarine or something. Ah. Can open the cargo bay. Hey, let me out of here. Oh my. Apparently Kerbals can grab ledges now? She almost is doing it. Well, let's revert. Okay, so cargo bay is actually not a great idea. Could sure use more fuel. And these intakes, I don't think they're performing quite up to code. .1. Oh, well, they really don't take in that much, to be honest. Okay, so those are no good. Well, that's still not much. So now that this is no longer a cargo bay, we can go ahead and put these inside. And may as well put them down here. I don't think it had anything to do with the placement. I think it seems like you just need a ridiculous number of these. I don't know if the RAM ones do better. Oh yeah, they do. By a lot. But I don't really have anywhere to put that. Unless we... engine nacelles. Let's try this. This may give us enough air intake. Oh yes. I was going to set up a few action groups. So here we are. I want number 1 to toggle these guys. Switch mode. And then also toggle the intakes, because once we switch to rocket fuel, these are not going to be any use and they're just going to slow us down. So have those toggle as well. And should probably have some sort of power generation, just in case. Ooh, we'll get to that later, I think. That little thingy. So check out the, where's our basic solar panels? Do they not have those anymore? Basic. Oh, I think that's what these are. Great. Just put a few of these on there to help us out. Because as we're steering, you see we're using power because the cockpit has reaction wheels that are helping us out to turn. Generally, you need that in space, but it does do it in the atmosphere unless you turn it off, which I don't usually bother. It's kind of helpful. So, let's power up. And yeah, we're still using a whole lot of fuel or something. Let's check the resources. Why is all that fuel basically just gone? We're going a bit fast, probably. Well, I don't know. It's hard to tell with the new stuff. But our intake air is in a lot better shape. I don't understand why I just lost all that fuel. It's the big S delta wing. Huh. Why did it just get emptied? That's what looked like happened. Whoop. Something break? What, do we have a flight report or something? We will at the end of the flight. Oh yeah, we didn't put any air brakes on here. It's not that good. Still doing well with the intake air. That's good. And we're heating up. Ooh, getting real hot. We should probably slow down a little bit. Oh, jeez. Whoa. What was that? Wow. And we're into rocket mode. I'm not sure what exploded. Something just blew up, but everything seems to be intact. Oh no, it's these air intakes, I think. Oh, and the front lane? No, the front landing gear is still there. And we're out of oxidizer. But we should make it to space. I think. Got it. Got it. That was something there, that heating up. Hopefully we won't have the same problem. Look, whoa, she's being jostled all over the place. What's going on in there? I got quite a bit of control with that reaction wheel. So, these for some reason dump their fuel immediately. Alright, let's see how we do landing. Switch back to air breathing mode. Holy cow. Whoa. That was really something there. Sheesh. Oh, the